Take on the third Democratic debate, Augusta University political science professor Dr. Gregg Murray. Greg, thanks for getting up early this morning and staying up late last night to watch the debate. First of all, what's your take on things? Obviously, the dynamic changed with only the top 10 candidates on stage.
Right. It was an important night, I thought. We were down to 10 candidates, as you said, Mark. And what that did, that offered a lot of candidates time to talk even more and be clear about their policy positions. I think the big story was, going into the night, was that for the first time, Senator Elizabeth Warren was going to get on the stage with the front runner, Vice President Joe Biden. So that was a big opportunity that played out a little bit to a degree, and it was a useful night for people in terms of information.
You know, Biden was really sandwiched between the two progressive Democrats, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
It was, and it's what's really interesting. Looking at that debate last night, I'm not sure that anything earth-shattering came out in the sense that it's going to change the lineup in terms of the polls and sort of overall support. They are clearly the top three. That is the top tier, and actually Biden stands out a little bit even from Warren and Sanders. And then there's the also-rans falling down below them. So Warren and Sanders are in the mid-teens in terms of support. Biden's in the mid-20s in terms of support. And then you fall off pretty dramatically down to Harris and some of the Buttigieg and some of the others. And I don't think anything in particular came out that was going to make a big difference in those polling results and people standing.
So as you mentioned, they had more time, each candidate, because it was down to 10. They covered all the key issues. I know healthcare was talked about at length.
They did, and I think that was important. I think one of the big winners from last night was the American public. These positions these folks have are very clear, and they're very distinct, not only from each other in some cases, but in terms of when we get to the general election and run against presumably the president as the Republican candidate, or whomever the Republican candidate's going to be. Most likely it will be Trump. So I think in November, November 2020, our voters are going to have a very clear choice to make, and there's going to be very clear on the difference between the candidates.
Doctor, thank you so much for joining us this morning. The next debate, a month from now, in
October.
In Ohio, right?
Mid-October in Ohio, that's my understanding.
Okay, well, we'll see you back at that point.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll be right back on the other side of the break. Stay with us.